All right, buddy, man. What's good? What's good, man? It's your boy Chris in the building, man. I want to do an NBA predictions video for the NBA playoffs coming up, man. There has been a few playing games played, man. Right now it's Wednesday, so I'm going to post this probably tomorrow. But I wanted to do my predictions because I wanted to talk about the teams and who do I think is going to win the NBA championship. And you guys, I didn't do any research, but for this, I'm doing this off the dome right now. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, we do not know who they're going to play yet. They're going to play the winner between the Clippers, Golden State, which is going to happen tonight. And then whoever wins that is going to play the Phoenix Suns. I'm going to say for predictions, Clippers beat the Warriors. Golden State goes into the lottery. The Clippers play Golden State in the last playing game, and the Clippers advance. And it's the Clippers versus the Thunder. And this is two teams that made a trade for SGA, you guys. SGA was traded there for Paul George, bunch of assets, bunch of draft picks. Clippers really started the Oklahoma City Thunder dynasty, you guys. They started it. But in my predictions, obviously I got Thunder winning in 5 games. I think Kawhi is great enough to lead them to one game. I think game 3 or 4, Kawhi will play amazing. Garland will play well. Benedict Mathurin will play well. Brook Lopez, and they'll get a game off OKC. But they don't have a real chance. And to a lot of you Clipper fans that are acting like you guys got a chance to beat OKC, you guys are delusional as shit. You guys are some delusional if you think you're going to beat this team, you're not beating this OKC team, bro. Now, if you had Paul George and Kawhi's in your prime and Garland and Zubac, then hey, maybe I'll change the discussion. But your team is good. Your team ain't that good. You've been on a great run. You're not close to OKC, buddy. You're not. So, OKC wins in 5 games. They advance to the second round, obviously. And now it comes to my team, the Los Angeles Lakers, you guys. The Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets are favored in the series because Luka Doncic, in my opinion, is not going to come back. Austin Reeves is not going to come back. They're not healthy. LeBron's by himself with DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Bronny James, Nick Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, Maxi Kleber. Oh my God! Look at the names I just told you. Oh my gosh! I just named. That roster is not good enough. Laker fans, I'm a Laker fan, and on my TikTok, some of you fans in my comments on TikTok and talking about we could beat the Rockets. How? The Rockets have a young stud in Amen Thompson. I love Jabari Smith, where he's played this year. 6'11", power forward. Kevin Durant's 25, 5-5, damn near. Alfred Sengun's a pretty good basketball player. Like, what makes you guys think that the Lakers can beat that without Luka and Austin? Like, if we had Luka and Austin or Luka and LeBron, I would literally maybe change my stance because Luka can dominate a series by himself. But if you're telling me it's just LeBron at 41, and I will say another thing, you guys. I love the hype videos I get. I love these hype videos I get on my TikTok, man. They get me hyped up where they show LeBron. It gets me hyped. But I got the Rockets winning this series. And I got the Rockets winning in 5 games. The Rockets are winning this in 5 games. I'm not going to make my predictions about what happens next and what happens with LeBron. I'm not going to say none of that stuff until the offseason. And I'll communicate with you guys who I want the Lakers to sign and what to do. Is LeBron going to come back? But the Houston Rockets with Sengun, their defense, that offense they have. Tari Eason's coming into his own. Reed Shepard's a really good basketball player. Man, like this team has enough defense and scores to win this series in 5. Laker fans are going to kill me talking about, really? Yes, I got Lakers losing in 5, and I'm a Laker fan. I'm not delusional, bro. Now, if the Lakers somehow win this series, Luka comes back and Lakers win, I will be happy to be wrong. Trust me. I am not going to be like, oh my God, I'm not going to be mad. I'm a Laker fan. We're not winning the series. We are not winning the series. I'm sorry. We just aren't. Now, we're going to go down to another Western Conference. This is my favorite matchup of the first round by 4. By 4, my favorite playoff matchup. Denver versus Minnesota. These games are always close. They're always physical. And get into it with Jokic. It is just great to watch these two match up. They played, 2 years before? First round, they won in 5, and all those games were close but 1. They played in the second round where Minnesota was up 2-0 on them, and then they choked away 3 games, and then Minnesota won the last 2, went to 7. Nuggets were up 20. I will say, I do think Minnesota has a chance in this series. It says 18% picked by Minnesota and 82% by Denver. I think it should be lower. I think Minnesota deserves your respect. They haven't had a great regular season, but they're coming to the playoffs with Ant, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo, Ayo Dosunmu, Bones Highland, Jaden McDaniels, Terrence Shannon Jr. is coming into his own. They got enough to compete with Denver and win this series. And then Denver, one of the actually deeper teams in the league, and I think they're not going to have Peyton Watson. They're actually a really deep team with having Tim Hardaway Jr. They still have Jonas Valanciunas, Bruce Brown. They actually have some players to where when they get Peyton Watson back, they have a good, legit 9-man rotation and with a bunch of guys that can score, play defense. Cam Johnson's playing better. Aaron Gordon, Christian Brown, Nikola Jokic is obviously one of the best players in the league, and then Jamal Murray is one of the better playoff performers in the league. I got Denver winning this series in 6 games. I got Denver winning in 6 games, you guys. And I know you guys are going to be like, oh, Minnesota. Minnesota is a great team, but they have not shown that they are better than the Denver Nuggets. Denver has been playing great lately. The last 20 games have been playing outstanding basketball. Jokic is hooping. And I expect the Nuggets to advance past the first round. I don't think they're a first-round upset. I think the Minnesota team, after this loss, they lose in 6 games. They look into trading for guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo. I honestly think the Minnesota Timberwolves, after losing this series, they will look into making a splash. Even if they cost them Jaden McDaniels and Julius Randle, just to make a splash. Just to get Giannis, just to get somebody else. But I got Denver winning this series, man. I think Denver is amazing. Like I said, shout out to Anthony Edwards. I think he's going to have a great series. I don't think anybody on that Minnesota Denver team can guard him. And it's going to go crazy, y'all. He's going to go nuts. But I got Denver winning in 6. Now, this one we already know who's the matchup. We just watched Deni Avdija the other night go crazy against the Suns to advance as the 7th seed. Portland, I actually like their team. When you look at, I like Scoot, the way Scoot's been playing. They got back Shaedon Sharpe. Jeremy Grant's playing. Donovan Clingan. Tamani Kamara. I actually like their team. And I can't wait to see this team next year with Clingan improving, Sharpe improving, Scoot Henderson improving, plus Damian Lillard, who I think will be legit next year. I'm looking forward to see Portland because Deni is special. And if you're telling me his role players are good, I think Portland could be better next season, in my opinion, with their younger guys improving. But I think this series is obviously I got the Spurs winning. I'm not going to lie. But it depends how well Portland's role players to see if this goes 6 or 5. Because I don't think Portland's going to get swept. I think Portland's actually a pretty decent basketball team. And they haven't been healthy for a while. But I got the Spurs. I want to say the Spurs in 6, but I'm going to say the Spurs in 5. I think Deni and them will get 1 game at home when they play exceptional well. And then Wemby. I expect Wemby to dominate this series. Donovan Clingan is a really good basketball player, but he don't have the quickness to guard Victor Wembanyama like that. Vic's going to play great. Stephon Castle. De'Aaron Fox, by the way, brother, I'm looking at you. You better hoop. You better hoop, and not even the first round. You better hoop in the second round and on because you're on my list, buddy. Spurs, De'Aaron Fox is on my list. If you don't hoop, trade your ass. And I'm not joking. If you don't play great and you cost the Spurs a chance at going to the finals or conference finals, I say trade your ass this summer because they got Dylan Harper, they got Stephon Castle, both those guys to play as primary ball handlers. So Fox, you don't hoop, get the fuck out of here. If you don't hoop, Fox, get the fuck out of here, and I mean that sincerely. Now, my bad, y'all. I ate a big meal. Now, the Pistons. We have no idea who the Pistons are going to play because Charlotte won their game last night, so they're going to be in position to play whoever loses between Philly and Orlando. And we don't know what's going to happen with LaMelo Ball yet. LaMelo has not been suspended, but his play was really dirty. So, Philly, and then Philly as well. Philly is missing Joel Embiid. He's not going to be out there. Orlando has a lot of issues. Their coach is about to get fired. That was reported like a couple of days ago. Charlotte's rolling. In my opinion, I honestly want to think, because we don't even know who the 7th seed is right now. In my opinion, you guys, I think, you guys, Orlando beats Philly unless Maxey and them go crazy, and then it's Philly versus Charlotte, and I got Charlotte in that series. So I got Charlotte going to be in the 8th seed as long as LaMelo's not suspended, and it's Charlotte versus the Detroit Pistons, you guys, and in that series, I almost want to say Charlotte because I've been saying Charlotte's one of the most scarier teams in the NBA, which they are. But the Detroit Pistons' physicality, Jalen Durant's playing amazing. You know, their role players, Dennis Jenkins has been hooping. Cade Cunningham is back. I have the Pistons winning against the Charlotte Hornets in 6 games. I think Charlotte's going to put up a great fight. I think it's going to be a close series. And these two teams right here, Pistons and Charlotte, these two teams got into a massive brawl where Miles Bridges was suspended. Jalen Durant was suspended. Isaiah Stewart was suspended. Diabate was suspended. I want this playoff matchup just for their culture, just because these two teams don't like each other. Jalen Durant, after they beat the last time they played, he said, "We ain't shaking their hands." I love that shit. We need more stuff where people don't like each other. Everybody don't gotta like each other, bro. There's too many guys in the NBA. We can have hate to certain teams. And I would love these two to match up and to hate each other. And Pistons win. And we have a rivalry in the East for the next couple of years where the Charlotte Hornets and Pistons hate each other. I love that. I love it. So Pistons in 6. That would be a great series. Wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte could somehow win if they play perfect. But like I said, I got Pistons. This series is a series that I'm really not looking forward to, you guys. In the sense that I like the Cavs, I do not like watching the Raptors. I don't like the Raptors like at all. They're by far my least favorite playoff team unless Orlando makes it. By far, I literally do not like watching I literally don't like watching the Raptors play, you guys. I literally can't stand watching the Raptors. Like, no bullcrap. I hate watching the Raptors. I hate watching them. In this series, you got Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. I think this Cavs team is really deep. This Raptors team I don't trust. You know, they could have won a game or two. You know, like I said, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett. You know, but I don't like their team at all. Like, I'm gonna just say it straight up. I'm a hater. I don't like their team. I don't think they're a good team. I got the Cavs winning in a surprise, you guys. Surprise. Sweet. I got y'all getting swept, Raptors. Now, it could be hating, and it goes 5 or 6, but I'm saying sweep. I think Donovan Mitchell and James Harden are the best 2 players in the series, by far, in my opinion. They're the best 2 series by far. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen's defense is going to change the game for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have Max Strus back. They have shooting. I got the Cavs in 4. I got the Cavs in a sweep, bro. I don't care what nobody says. I got the Cavs in a sweep, bro, respectfully. And then you have the Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. This is another one of my series that I'm really going to pay attention to, that I might not miss a game at all. Like, because I have to go to bed really early, if you guys don't know. I work 2 jobs, 80 hours. Some days I really have to go to bed at 6 o'clock. Most of the time I don't, but 2 days a week, you guys, I go to bed at like 6 or 7. It's pretty pathetic, but I do work a lot. So give me some respect. But this series, I do not want to miss at all. I love the matchup between Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jalen Brunson. You know, you got Josh Hart, who's been playing well for the Knicks, Karl-Anthony Towns, you know, OG Anunoby. And then for Atlanta, Jalen Johnson is a budding superstar. He's not a superstar. He's a star right now. He's a budding superstar. He could make All-NBA this year. But this is a matchup of a really young team that's hungry right now, the Atlanta Hawks. They've been playing great. The Knicks, though, got the vets. They've been there. They've done that. They've been in the conference finals. They've been in the second round. You know, Brunson's been through a lot. I have the Knicks winning in a close 7-game series. I think the Hawks are a really freaking good basketball team. I really believe they were a good basketball team. And at the bottom right here, oh, you not even showing it, you guys. Holy moly! It says at the bottom. It says the Celtics, you guys. I don't know why you guys can't see it. Celtics and Sixers and Magic. I got the Magic winning it, and it's a Celtics versus Magic. And just like the year before or whatever it was where they played, I got Celtics in 5 games. I got Orlando winning a game because I think Orlando is just, they have so much turmoil. Sixers don't have Joel Embiid, so like I said, none of those teams are beating the Boston Celtics. So I don't even care who it is. None of those teams is going to be Boston, bro. I'm not interested in that game actually tonight. I'm recording this video on a Wednesday before Thursday, but I really don't even look forward to watching that game, respectfully. But I will watch because I'm an NBA fan. I love being, knowing the stuff, man. So I'm going to watch that game, but I'm not going to be happy watching that weak-ass game. But in the second round of the NBA playoffs, we go to the West first, man. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. These two teams had a great... If you watched the first game of the regular season when it was the Rockets and Thunder, and the Thunder got their championships, this was a great game that went in overtime, and the Thunder were able to win. This Rockets team is missing Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams. This team does not have enough, in my opinion, to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think this is actually exactly what OKC would want in the second round. Because, in my opinion, the Denver Nuggets dropped the ball. The Denver Nuggets could have been the 4-5, and they decided, and they went out there, and their team ended up beating the Spurs. So now they have, now the Nuggets got to avoid OKC in the second round and play Spurs in the second round, a team they already beat a week or two ago. So this is perfect for Denver. Denver don't have to see them yet. OKC gets to play the Houston Rockets. They don't have to play Houston. They don't have to play. They don't have to play the Nuggets or the Spurs in the second round. So I got OKC winning this series in a surprising 5 games. OKC is a better team. They have more talent. They've been there. They've won a chip already. I don't see any way Houston wins that series. I'm not even joking. I think Amen Thompson's flaws offensively that he can't shoot right now at all. And the fact that they don't have a lot of creation in the backcourt, all they have is Reed Shepherd and Min. Katie's not a playmaker. I think easily OKC wins in 5 games. And I think a lot of these games aren't even close. But I think Houston makes a couple games close and then they win one. I don't think they get swept. I think Houston has enough to win a game or two because of Alfred Sengun, Amen, KD, Jabari, Tari, Reed Shepherd. They got enough offense, but their team does not have the playmaking, the leadership of Fred VanVleet. They're getting sent home. And then when the Houston Rockets lose that series, we are talking about, do they go after Giannis? Who's going to get Giannis? Miami Heat, Golden State Warriors, all these teams that are losing early on, who's going to get Giannis? Because that's going to be a real conversation. And in the second round, we have, this will be my favorite if this happens. Unless my Lakers, I'll be happy my Lakers were to somehow make it. But... Actually, no, my Lakers would have been 4 or 5. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. This right here, you guys. The Spurs versus the Nuggets. I've said all year the Spurs have the talent to win a championship. They are one of the teams, in my opinion, that can beat Oklahoma City Thunder and can match up well with OKC. They beat them 3 times throughout the year. But in my predictions video, you guys, I think Denver Nuggets is not the right matchup for them boys. I think the Spurs would rather play OKC than play the Denver Nuggets because Nikola Jokic is a demon and Wemby does not affect Jokic at all. Like, Wemby cannot stop Jokic at all. Jokic is going to score when he wants. He's going to play make. He dominated. He didn't dominate. Wemby played great in that last game they played, which was an ABC game. Oh, my phone's ringing, bro. Oh, my gosh. You got to wait, bro. You got to wait. I apologize, you guys, but yeah, he's kind of ruining the video. Sheesh, bro. I'll call you back, bro. I'll call you back. But when it comes to this series, I think the Denver Nuggets have been there, done that. I think the San Antonio Spurs are like OKC when OKC had Westbrook and Durant. You're not ready yet. You're ready, but you're not ready yet. You guys are still not going to be able to defeat that Nuggets team with Jamal Murray, Jokic, Aaron Gordon. And like I said, if Denver's healthy, I got the Nuggets winning this series in 6 games. I think Wemby plays well. I think Victor Wembanyama plays well. But I think the Spurs, Stephon Castle struggles. Dylan Harper struggles. Fox plays okay in the series. And we talking about, do the Spurs make a trade for Giannis? Possibility, you guys. There's always possibilities. Now, in the second round in the Eastern Conference playoffs, we got the Detroit Pistons and the Cleveland Cavaliers, you guys. 2 Really good basketball teams. Pistons have had a great regular season. But I've been calling them damn near frauds for a while. I am not a hater. I just don't believe in a lot of their scores on the Pistons roster. Cade and Durant are great. But in my opinion, if they were able to actually compete and like be a real contender, they would have to have a two-way guy that could score like 18 to 20 a game for me to believe in the Pistons. So like if Ausar Thompson was like a scorer who plays defense and averages like 18, I'd have more belief in them. Their team does not have a lot of offensive guys that I believe in besides Cade and Durant. I don't believe in Tobias Harris at all. At all. I don't believe in him. I don't believe in Karis LeVert. I don't believe in Duncan Robinson. I don't believe in a lot of the guys on the Pistons. I got the Cavs winning this series against the Detroit Pistons, being the underdog because fans picked the Pistons 68%. What are they, 68%? 68%. I got the Cavs winning this in 6 games. And if you guys wouldn't notice, before my predictions, you guys, before Jason Tatum came back and before Jason Tatum came back and before the Cavs got James Harden, my prediction was the Knicks were going to go to the finals. I mean, the Pacers are hurt. A lot of other teams, Joel Embiid, a lot of teams are just missing their players. I said the Knicks can go to the finals. And then once that changed, I said, I changed it to Cavs. And then once Jason Tatum came back, I said Celtics, and I watched them play. This series is a revenge for Jason Tatum. He tore his Achilles against his team in game 5 in New York. No, not game 5. What was it? Game 5. Game 4 in New York. He tore his Achilles when he had like 40 and 10. He was absolutely playing amazing. The Knicks, like I said, Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby. I think in my opinion, Jaylen Brown is better than he was last year. I think Boston has more wing guys that they have to put on Brunson and OG. I don't think Mikal Bridges is going to have a great series. I think Cat's going to struggle like he did last year a little bit because the Celtics can just put Jason Tatum on him and call it a day. They can just say, hey, put JT on him. And Cat's not even going to be able to post him up, and it's just not going to go well. Knicks have had a pretty good regular season, but after this series, everybody talks about where Giannis is going to go, and the Knicks are obviously another team. I got the Boston Celtics revenge against the New York Knicks in 6 games. I think JT and Jaylen Brown play amazing. I think they proved that they're one of the better duos in the NBA. And I think the Celtics just show that they're just straight up the favorites in the Eastern Conference. So I think the Knicks lose. Knicks fans are going to try to clown me and talk crap. We beat them last year. You beat them last year where you would have won that game. And then game 5, you got blown out. And game 6, in my opinion, if Jason Tatum would have been there, I feel like you could have lost that. You could have lost that game and went to game 7. I've already seen the Boston Celtics be down 3-0 against the Miami Heat. They played a horrible 3 games, you guys, and they came back and took the series to 7. I think the Celtics have that ability to just turn it on and play great for 3 or 4 straight games. That even though Knicks, you were most likely going to win that series, you still could have lost. Just because you're up 3-1 don't mean nothing. If Jason Tatum's there, anything can happen. So anything's possible. So I got the Celtics winning the series, and then we got the conference finals, straight big time matchups. You guys, I'm still thinking right now who I want to pick in the Thunder and Nuggets, but I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be with my thinking. If you're telling me Peyton Watson's back, both teams are healthy. Both teams are healthy, you guys. And both teams are playing well, etc. OKC has Shea, who's one of the better players in the NBA right now. J-Dubs, who hasn't played much this year. Chet's been good. Their defense with Caruso, and their team is just stacked. With Casey Wallace, Caruso, they got Jared McKinney who can score. They have a lot of guys that can just play basketball on the Oklahoma City Thunder. But my prediction would be the Denver Nuggets head to the NBA Finals. And not a 5 or 6, in a 7-game series, the Nuggets beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy. But I've said it throughout the year that last year the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are better than last year in my opinion, last year when J-Dub was healthy and they're pleased playing well and Shea, in my opinion, Denver should have won that series last year if Michael Porter Jr.'s shoulder works. Because if you watched him, he shouldn't even been on the court. He was a liability. And if he don't get hurt, Aaron Gordon don't hurt his hamstring in game 5 or 6. I think it was game 6. I think Denver wins this series last year. And so I'm going to say that if Denver's healthy, I got Denver winning in 7, redeeming themselves from last year getting blown out by OKC in game 7 in the conference finals last year. And they go into OKC and they win that series in 7. And in the Eastern Conference, 2 teams, like I said, 2 of my favorite teams in the East. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley. Really great basketball team. The Boston Celtics with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. You know, they got a lot of defenders. They got Hugo. They got Jordan Walsh. They got Baylor Shireman. You know, they got Derek White. They got Queta that's playing well. Vucevic. You know, Peyton Pritchard is their 6th man who's just a straight demon off the bench. I got the Boston Celtics winning this series against a really good Cleveland Cavaliers team that, in my opinion, is really good. That can compete with anybody in the league. I had the Celtics winning this series in a surprising 7 games because I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are an exceptional basketball team. I honestly think they're an exceptional basketball team. So I have, obviously, the Celtics beating the Cavs in Game 7. I hope James Harden plays well because I do not want to talk about how James Harden is choking and all that stuff. I just hate that narrative when it comes to James Harden. I feel like he absolutely deserves his respect. He's a really good basketball player. He's a Hall of Famer, but he does not get a championship this season. And it's the Boston Celtics against the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals. And these are both teams that I shouldn't like as a Laker fan because the Nuggets, ever since that Denver thing where Mike Malone says they're our daddy, I still can't stand some Denver Nuggets fans and him for saying that. Celtics, you guys are our rivals. I even though I don't have hate like I used to because we haven't matched up in the finals since 2010, but I will tell you this, you guys, I still got a little bit of hate towards you guys. Now, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, my respect for them is so high that I don't really hate on Boston like how I used to. I really don't. I don't hate on Boston like I used to. Now, last playoffs, there's a video of me on where I posted on Instagram where I'm talking shit when the Knicks came back and they beat them in Game 2. But I'm not a Celtics hater. I got respect to all teams in the league. Both these teams are really good. Both these teams have great coaching, great talent. You know, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic versus Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You know, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. You know, the Nuggets team is stacked. Celtics team is stacked. They both have 9 to 10 guys they trust. I just don't know who to pick, y'all. Like, I really don't know who to pick. Like, do I pick the Celtics or do I pick the Nuggets? I don't know, you guys. It's just both teams are so good. But I'm gonna pick the team I think is gonna surprise. It's gonna be a surprise somewhat. But I think their team playing so well going into the playoffs, having a great basketball player, having a great second player, having a good third player, fourth player, having a good bench, both teams. I'm picking. No, I don't know. I was about to say who I'm going to pick, and I just changed my mind. I'm trying to think, you guys. Both these teams are really good. I've watched both teams throughout the season. Both teams have had injuries. Tatum has been out the entire season, it felt like. Not really. You know, he came back. Nuggets have missed so many guys. Jokic got hurt. Jamal got hurt. Peyton Watson got hurt. Aaron Gordon got hurt with a hamstring. But if the Nuggets were to make it to the finals, I am going to pick the team that has home court. I'm going to pick the Boston Celtics, you guys, in 7 games. And that hurt me to say. Because I am not a Celtics guy. But I just, for some reason, think Jason Tatum's going to have a miraculous. He's going to play great in the playoffs. Jaylen Brown's going to play great. And last year's Finals MVP, that was Jaylen Brown's. Oh, no, the year before that, my fault. Jaylen Brown, when he won the MVP in the conference, I think Tatum comes back, surprises everybody, and wins a championship and wins Finals MVP and has the greatest turnaround from an injury in NBA history. And I'm not a Celtics guy. I hate the Celtics. But that is my predictions. The Boston Celtics defeat the Denver Nuggets in 7 games in a really close series. I could be wrong. It could not be either of these teams. It could be, Cavs and OKC, Cavs and Spurs. It could be anybody. The West is so good. There's 3 teams I think can win the championship in the West. And in the East, I think the Cavs are great. I think the Celtics are great. I don't believe in the Pistons. But this is my predictions, you guys. Let me go here it up. Okay, I'm going to put my bet in. Game 1 of the finals, not 200, the 235. Oh, don't share my information, bro. Okay, yeah. I ain't signing in. I'm not signing in for my picks, y'all. I don't really. It's saying to sign in and all that on my NBA. I'm not doing that. But that's my predictions, you guys. I got the Boston Celtics winning the NBA championship 2026, led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum wins final MVP. That's my predictions. And if I'm correct about this, call me a prophet. Because I know fucking basketball. Everybody, man, please like this video, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. I'm going to post a couple of clips of this to obviously Instagram and TikTok, man, and YouTube Shorts. Hope everybody has a great day. I'm out of here. Oh, my fault. I'm out of here.